The Passover Haggadah, its complex structure and obscure origins, have perplexed scholars for centuries. Even the identity of its author has long been a mystery. Until now. Presented by Seder Educational Media, Mysteries of the Haggadah. This episode, Hidden Sacred Numbers, the Tetragrammaton. According to ancient mystical tradition, the Hebrew word olam, world, denotes hiddenness or concealment, because God conceals his presence behind the mask of the mundane natural world. Wishing to emulate his creator, the final composer of the Passover Haggadah constructed his small creation with numerous layers of symbolism hidden beneath the simple meaning of its words. The most basic purpose of the Haggadah is to convey the Exodus story to children on Seder night, so some may dismiss the Haggadah as trivial, even childish. But that's a superficial understanding. At its most granular level, we find that the quantum building blocks of the Haggadah are two significant numbers, 18 and 13. The number 18 is associated with God's 72-part name, and therefore with chesed, kindness, as introduced in a previous episode. The number 13, meanwhile, is associated with the divine attribute of mercy, and with God's famous four-letter name, the Tetragrammaton. To explain how the Haggadah's composer wove his masterpiece from these numbers and allusions to divine names, we should review the ancient system called gematria, used to connect words and ideas through the numeric value of Hebrew letters. In brief, each of the 22 letters in the Hebrew alphabet has a numeric value. So, for example, the word echad, 1, has the numeric value of 13, 1 plus 8 plus 4. God's holy four-letter name, the Tetragrammaton, has the value of 26, 10 plus 5 plus 6 plus 5, which is also twice 13. And the word ben, child, another recurring theme of the Haggadah, has a numeric value of 52, 2 plus 50, which is 4 times 13, or twice the Tetragrammaton. There are numerous examples of meaningful connections made through gematria in the Torah associated with God's four-letter name. For example, a major figure of the Egyptian exile was Joseph, Yosef HaTzadik, who was sold into slavery and later became the Egyptian viceroy. The numeric value of Yosef is 156, or 6 times the Tetragrammaton. The numeric value of the name of Yosef's father, our patriarch Jacob, Yaakov Avinu, is 182, or 7 times the Tetragrammaton. And the name of Yaakov's father, Isaac, Yitzhak Avinu, has the value of 208, 8 times the Tetragrammaton. The numeric value of Avraham, the first patriarch, is 248, not a multiple of 26. It is, however, 8 times 31, the value of another of God's names. But more interestingly, Avraham can also be expressed as 8 times 13 plus 8 times 18, or 4 times the Tetragrammaton plus 2 times 72, thus uniting two of the hidden mystical themes of the Haggadah in one name. That might seem like just an odd coincidence, but it was significant to the composer of the Haggadah, and he demonstrated it explicitly using the structure of the Haggadah itself. He did this by juxtaposing the sections of Rabbi Eliezer and Rabbi Akiva, which together contain 104 words, or 8 times 13, with the song Dayenu, which has 144 words, or 8 times 18, thus pointing out that 8 times 13 plus 8 times 18 equals 248, the numeric value of Avraham. Because the value of the word ben, child, is 52, or twice 26, relationships between these names also allude to relationships between fathers and sons. Yosef, the Egyptian viceroy, was the favored son of Yaakov, and Yosef's name is equivalent to 3 times Ben. Yitzhak was the sole spiritual heir of his father Avraham, and the value of Yitzhak is 208, or 4 times Ben. Because the number 4 represents diversity, like the 4 cardinal directions on a map, or the famous 4 sons, 4 times 52, or 208, also uniquely represents comprehensive spiritual reproduction, as embodied by our patriarch, Yitzhak. A cryptic Talmudic passage about a very different figure also alludes to this special meaning of 208. That passage concerns the great historic foe of the Jewish people, Haman HaRasha, the wicked Persian viceroy Haman. At the height of his evil hubris, recorded in the book of Esther, Haman bragged to his entourage about his wealth and his offspring. The verse in Esther reads, V'yisaper lahem Haman et kavod ashro v'rov banav. Haman recounted to them the glory of his fortune and the multitude of his children. The word v'rov, multitude, has the value of 208. And based on this, the Talmud calculates that Haman claimed to have 208 children, equal to 4 times Ben, or Yitzhak, Abraham's heir. Of course, what Abraham achieved through his single child, the wicked Haman could not achieve even with 208 children. The Haggadah uses a nearly identical word, v'rav, and numerous, to expound the spiritual reproduction of Israel during the Egyptian bondage. The verse quoted by the Haggadah reads, V'yehi sham lagoy gadol atzum v'rav, and he became there a great nation, mighty and numerous. Upon this verse, the Haggadah then cites other verses from the book of Ezekiel, culminating with the repetition of an evocative phrase. Va'omer lach b'damai chayi, va'omer lach b'damai chayi. And I said to you, through your blood shall you live. And I said to you, through your blood shall you live. Tradition records that the blood mentioned here in Ezekiel's metaphor refers to 2 commandments that helped merit the nation to leave Egypt, the blood of circumcision and the blood of the Passover sacrifice. Not coincidentally, the value of b'damai chayi is 104, and the doubling of the phrase comes to 208, the same numeric value as for Rav and numerous, the same as Yitzhak, 4 times Ben, child, or 8 times the Tetragrammaton. The phrase b'damai chayi, through your blood shall you live, reverberates throughout the Haggadah. In particular, the composer of the Haggadah liked to represent this phrase by juxtaposing a block of 50 words against a block of 54 words to arrive at 104, b'damai chayi. For example, the 50-word paragraph of the 4 questions and the 54-word paragraph of Avadim Hayinu, or the 50-word paragraph of Rabbi Eliezer and the 54-word paragraph of Rabbi Akiva. Elsewhere in the Haggadah, its composer juxtaposed 2 blocks of 50 together with a block of 54 to arrive at 154, equal to a longer portion of the phrase, Lach b'damai chayi, to you through your blood shall you live. And here's another impressive allusion to that phrase. The passage of the 4 sons consists of several segments that together contain 143 words, or 11 times 13. That itself is significant, but by including the preceding 11 words of Blessed is the Omnipresent, sometimes treated as an introduction to the 4 sons, we arrive at 154, Lach b'damai chayi. But in this case, we find that the composer even carefully edited the segments to spell out the phrase word by word. Lach, 50, b'damaich, 76, chayi, 28. These are just a few of the many kaleidoscopic layers of hidden meaning the Haggadah's composer employed to construct his amazing creation, including through the numbers 13 and 26, the Tetragrammaton. It's therefore no surprise that while he used a multiple of 18 to conceal his name in one part of the Haggadah, in another place he concealed it using 26 and other multiples of 13. But that will be explained in another episode. Please show your support by clicking subscribe and visit us at PesachHaggadah.org.